Salutations, my Fallout lovers. It is Matty here today with a Fallout 4 discussion video. Now, if you guys did not know, we're getting a survival mode overhaul, and a lot of people want to know what's going to be included in this brand new mode that's going to change the fundamentals of Fallout 4. So if you didn't know, Bethesda tweeted saying that they're doing an overhaul of this mode, and that there's going to be food, sleep, diseases, danger, and more. And a lot of people wanted me to discuss the and more aspect of this survival mode, on top of will this justify another playthrough for the game. And I want to hear your thoughts, so be sure to sound off in the comments down below. And now let's get into this, starting off with the and more changes to survival mode. What could they be? Well, first off, I want to say that I'd imagine one of them is going to be weapon and armor degradation. At least I would hope so, right? Because in Fallout 4, we all run around with the same weapons and armor, and you end up just looting the bottle caps, ammo, and the unique little miscellaneous item every now and then off the dead bodies of our enemies. And it would be kind of cool to pick up armor and weapons and repair them again, like in Fallout 3 in New Vegas, right? I know there's not a repair skill in Fallout 4, but maybe we could just keep swapping out weapons and armor. I know one problem I kind of had with Fallout 4 is that I'm always walking around with the same stuff, and it felt like I had this sense of progression when I was constantly running around the wasteland with the same gear on. You felt that progression when you were upgrading it at the weapons bench, don't get me wrong, but still I feel like adding that degradation, that precious amount of time you have left with your favorite weapon, I think that's really cool, and that would be really fun, and I think it's something that a lot of gamers would appreciate being added back into the game. Then what about settlements? Will they go deeper? Because we know that food's going to be useful, sleep's going to be useful, we're going to need water, stuff like this, and all that is offered easily at a settlement. And so I wonder if this is going to go deeper and settlements are going to become more useful, because some people have complained that it's a bit shallow. And I think now in the terms of gameplay, that settlements are actually going to be more useful, because we're going to need to grow food. We're going to need to have beds to sleep in everywhere. We're going to need to have water to drink from. But then again, it's very easy to put down a water purifier and go ahead and spam a bunch of waters, right? So I do wonder if it's going to go deeper, if it's going to be harder to find stuff. And then speaking of the settlement mode, we're constantly looting this miscellaneous stuff. So when there's all this crafting going on and these miscellaneous items are going to take up weight, what if there's ammo weight, you know? Now we're going to have miscellaneous items, our current gear, and then on top of that, potential ammo weight. You get what I'm saying now? Where now it's really going to be tough to pick between all of these. Now, mind you, that's if there is ammo weight, but I think that would be an interesting dynamic to add to it. If the ammo had weight, then not only are you balancing your gear and your ammo, but also the miscellaneous items that you're going to need to build settlements to help keep yourself alive in the wasteland amongst all the travels, which makes me wonder if there's going to be a fast travel system in Fallout 4 survival mode. Imagine if you could only get around, kind of like how in Skyrim where they had the horse and buggies around. I think it would be kind of cool if they had some type of transportation like that in Fallout 4, so getting around without fast traveling was A, very immersive, but B, also another way to play where you kind of had to really consider what you had on you, because you were going to be leaving for the long haul. So anytime you left a settlement, it was like a absolute preparation. So next are diseases, which as we saw in the tweet are mentioned. And what are these going to be like? I saw a lot of viewers mentioning that you look at something like a blood bug. I'd imagine if they stab you kind of like they do where they put the stinger inside you, that I imagine you get a disease that way perhaps. Maybe if a mole rat bites you, you get some type of disease. Now, I wonder what these diseases do. I hope that it's not just -2 endurance or something like that. I hope there's something more to it than that. Perhaps some side effects, or your guy goes crazy, or he says something, or some screen effect, just something kind of to bring this disease to life in some way. And then lastly, will weapon damage be realistic? I hope to God it will, because this sounds like a more realistic, immersive survival experience, and that wouldn't make sense if it had the health of the enemies from the current survival experience, which take about 20 bullets to kill. And then when you put that into effect, if there's ammo weight and it takes 20 bullets to kill enemies, then holy damn, dude, it's going to take forever to kill people, and we're never going to have ammo ever. And I just feel like it sounds more unfair than anything else. So I hope that maybe weapon damage will be brought down to what it is on normal, perhaps, where it's, you know, just a good balance, where it takes a couple of shots to kill people, but nothing absolutely insane. But if it's something like realistic weapon damage from the mods of Fallout 3 in New Vegas, I think that would be a little unfair, because everything's a one shot, but who knows? I hope they just make it more realistic, not entirely realistic, like just video game realistic, right? You know, like that happy medium of like, okay, if I shot this guy this many times, times in real life, he'd definitely be dead, but like for a video game, this is a good challenge. Anyway, let's move on to the other part of our discussion, which is, will this justify another playthrough? Now, I'm speaking for myself personally. Now, for you guys, this is what the comment section is for. You guys can tell me if you guys plan on playing again. For me, I think it's worth another playthrough. Now, mind you, I've actually put a shockingly low amount of hours into Fallout 4 compared to a lot of people. I've only put about 110 or so hours into Fallout 4 because A, it's part of my job. I don't really want to burn out on a game that's very core to my channel, so I don't really play it unless it's entirely necessary as much as times I want to play it. The other issue is B, that I've kind of done everything in the game. I've seen all the endings already because I've had to do my research and I didn't have time to play the game 4 times over, especially when the endings were relatively similar. So what I'm basically saying is that, you know, I've seen all there is to see. I've done all the side quests. I've put so much time in the settlement mode. I've done all the exploration in both the glowing sea as well as the normal world, and I've kind of read the strategy guide. I know what there is to know, so I really don't play it as much. So for me, I was waiting for a new mode like this to kind of draw me back into Fallout 4. And for me personally, will it pull me in for an entire full playthrough? I'm not sure. It depends how all these mechanics feed off each other, how much it fundamentally changes the game. I want to definitely put in another playthrough, and I'm obviously going to start a brand new one. I don't know if it'll hold me in the entire brand new playthrough, but if I enjoy playing it this way more than my vanilla one, then I'm probably going to end up playing a whole new playthrough over again because I'm going to want to catch it up to my main character, so when DLC does drop, I'm going to be able to play the DLC in survival mode, which I think would be a lot of fun. But based off what we've seen so far, the food, sleep, diseases, danger, and more, and hopefully the end more, some of the suggestions we've been making, such as like the settlements going deeper, weapon degradation, what are these diseases going to be like, realistic weapon damage, ammo weight, and hell, even ammo crafting is one thing I forgot to mention. Imagine if they had ammo crafting as well. That would be pretty cool. So to see you kind of go deeper in this and add more fundamental mechanics to the game, I think would be a pretty fun time for a lot of gamers. So for me personally, I'm going to definitely give it a try. I hope it keeps me hooked. If there's other games coming out around the same time, I will admit it's going to be hard to stay hooked, but I'm definitely going to play it and give my thoughts on it over time. So other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed this little discussion video. Let me know your thoughts on this in the comments down below. Other than that, be sure to follow me on Twitter, like me on Facebook. The links are in the description. Check out sugarbomb.com, the place by Bethesda fans for Bethesda fans. Stay sexy, stay active. I love you all. Peace.